Hi everyone! In this video we're going to be working on Ukraine There's No Other Way piece. What's tricky about this piece is the counting and making sure that you're counting the rests. So I'm going to play the whole thing through one time so you can hear where I'm putting those rests, or like little breaths, little pauses, which are important especially when you're singing something. You need that space to take a breath so you don't pass out. We don't want that. I'm going to play it through one time so you can hear where that is, and then I'm going to play it through another time a little slower so you can try and play along. So here we go at the beginning, sort of at tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 3 and So that's our whole thing. Before we play a little slower together, I would like you to keep in mind that your finger 2 on the A string needs to be a low 2. So when I say that, what happens is normally you put your finger 2 on the tape, but that note produces a C sharp. We want a C natural because C sharp is not in the key signature of this piece. So to make that note lower, to make it a C natural, we bring our finger 2 right beside our finger 1. Okay, so normally it's up here, we want it beside finger 1. We're making the note lower. As we go this way on our fingerboard towards the scroll, the notes get lower. If we go this way, the notes get higher. Okay, so we want the note to be lower, so we're going to take our second finger and put it right next to our first. The other thing, again, I really have to stress the importance of counting the rest, okay? You can't just come back in whenever you feel ready to play the notes, because we are not going to be able to play together as an ensemble like that. So you need to be familiar with where the rests are in this piece. So I'm going to play again a little slower, and I'm going to try to count out loud for you so that we can count those rests. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that is the whole piece. If you're having trouble with a particular part, I recommend you sort of go back in the video to re-practice that. And make sure that you're counting the rests and that your finger 2s are low. every new little phrase, so every time you're finished with your rest, you're going to want to come in again on an up bow. Okay, so at the beginning I start up. Up, down. And then again. Up, down. Up, down. Okay, when we have an incomplete or a pickup note to a little phrase, then we always start on an up bow. Up, down, etc. Also, the one last thing I'd like to mention is that you'll see on the third line, you have that first bar is underneath a bracket that says 1. And then the second bar is underneath sort of a half bracket that says 2. That represents the first and second endings. So if we were to repeat the piece, you would first play the first ending, then you go back to the beginning, play all the way through, and then skip that first ending and go straight to the second ending. I'm not sure if we're going to be repeating or not, but the notes are the same in the first and second ending. So if I were you, I'd practice just going through and then skipping the first ending bar and going right to the second ending bar. That is it. If you are feeling confident playing slow, I would recommend you pick it up, but really make sure you're playing the rest so that you have the little space. Silence is just as important as sound. If you have too much sound, you start to tune out. So we need to have the silence in there, the rest in there to help focus our audience's listening. Happy practicing violins and good luck.